One of the authors of the Great Barrington Declaration has been fired by Harvard for sticking to the truth. Dr. Martin Kulldorff, who co-authored the Great Barrington Declaration with Dr. J. Bhattacharya of Stanford University and Professor Suneptra Gupta of Oxford University, was recently fired by Harvard. Dr. Kulldorff began his campaign for the truth about COVID when Harvard, like almost all universities, moved to online learning in 2020. Martin pointed out that Sweden's colleges and schools stayed open, and that the death rate among students there was the same as everywhere else, which is to say, 0. He also showed that Swedish teachers had the same death rate as countries which closed their schools. American medical journals refused to print his findings. After receiving numerous complaints from other Harvard staff members, Dr. Kulldorff offered an open debate on the data. There were no takers. Said Martin in his open letter, "As part of the offensive against the Great Barrington Declaration, one of Mass General's board members, Rochelle Walensky, a fellow Harvard professor who had served on the advisory council to NIH Director Collins, engaged me in a one-directional debate. After a Boston radio station interviewed me, Walensky came on as the official representative of Mass General Brigham to counter me, without giving me an opportunity to respond. A few months later, she became the new CDC director." Dr. Kulldorff also noted that Mass General Brigham Hospital employs the majority of Harvard Medical School staff and is the largest recipient of National Institute of Health funding, over $1 billion per year. What Dr. Kulldorff did not mention is that the NIH is heavily funded by Big Pharma. In a final irony to this story, the motto of Harvard University is Veritas, which means truth. You will find a link to Dr. Kulldorff's open letter below this newscast.